Hi, this is Dee from Backstage Beauty. I'm gonna do a little video here on first detangling a wig before you wash it, and then show you how I wash my human hair wigs. Now this one I'm going to be using as an example is one of my own personal wigs. It's from my budget line, so it's naturally wavy, mid-grade Brazilian hair. So it does have some natural, frizzy texture, but the long ones, especially on me, I have a short neck and, my neck gets sweaty and all that, so they can get, tangly in the nape. You can see it's not too bad. It doesn't completely mat up, but I'm going to show you, let's see here. I'm trying to stay off camera because I look a mess, so I'm going to move the camera closer over here just for now before I get to the washing part, and show you some detangling tricks. So I've just got her laid on a towel. So you want to use like a wide tooth comb to start with. And what I like to do is, so here's the nape right here. I'm doing this kind of sideways. Let's see if you can make sure you can see good. So if you were to start with your comb right at the top of the nape and try to go down, horizontal or perpendicular, you're gonna just run into snags and get stuck. That's not a good way to do it. So what I do is I turn the comb along with the line of the hair. So you're gonna kind of go through just tangle by tangle. Go through long ways. It's best to start at the bottom, start at the ends first. If there's any tangles, the ends aren't majorly tangled on this one, so I can kind of brush down the ends, make sure you can completely comb through it, and then work your way up. Go a few inches higher and work through. And you want to hold the hair and the nape. So hold the actual hair while you're gently combing through. Don't pull or yank with force, because that's not good for the hair. And if you hold it by the hair, then you're not going to be pulling hairs out of the cap, out of the nape. So when you get up to where there's some more serious tangling, I go through this way, up and down instead of sideways, and do just little sections just to work out any little snags and tangles this way, wherever I feel it snagging or tangling. Kind of work those out gently. If you get stuck, don't yank through it. Just, take your comb back out and start kind of picking through and working through that slowly. And you can even kind of do it with the comb on an angle, so it's not totally, sideways with the hair, if that makes sense. I'm not wording that right, but I think you know what I mean. So now I'm able to comb through the rest of that section nicely. Then I'm going to go higher up, closer to the nape, and any parts that look or feel tingly, I'm going to work through just in small sections. Then when you go through sideways, you're going to be able to comb all the way through it. So the tangles weren't that bad. If you do it right and you do it gently, you can easily detangle a wig that's gotten dry and frizzy or gotten a little tangled on you in the nape without doing any damage and breaking hair or stretching hair, which will just cause more frizz. And then I'm going to do the same on the rest of the wig from the outside. Going to work my way through it sideways first, and then eventually comb through it like you normally would and get her completely straight and detangled, combed through, and ready to wash. Now this one has been worn several times, so it's definitely overdue for a wash. And I have used hairspray in her because I'm kind of an old 80s hairspray girl, so, which I don't encourage it. If you can go without hairspray, then that's better, because hairspray isn't great for the health of the hair. Hairspray tends to dry out hair, makes it stiff, crunchy, and could cause more breakage, especially if the hairspray has alcohol in it. So if you can, try an alcohol-free hairspray, like Pantene Airspray is alcohol-free. It still has a decent hold. You know, it's not as good as Aussie or anything like that, but it'll still give you some hold. Or you can use a wax spray, like the Wig Wax spray, or there's a few other brands out there on Amazon too. So now I've got her detangled and ready to go. So I'm going to move my camera back into position so you can see my sink. Now I use this clear wash tub that I got at like a dollar store or something. You can use any kind of plastic tub or bucket. And what I do is I'm just going to pour about the size of a dime or a nickel of shampoo. You don't need a lot. And this is a gentle clarifying shampoo that's sulfate free. You can use, you know, a lot of different brands as long as it's sulfate free. That's the main thing, because sulfates do dry out human hair. So sulfate free shampoos, if it's a salon colored wig, try to use a color safe sulfate free shampoo. That'll help preserve your color longer before it starts fading. So then I'm going to use my sprayer to really mix that shampoo in good. So this part will get loud. I don't know if you can see. It's getting sudsy. So, and then I also like to add about a capful of apple cider vinegar to my water for a little extra clarifying, pH balancing, and it helps remove, you know, hairspray residue and buildup. So I'm going to make sure that's all mixed nice. These sprayers really work good for mixing. And you're going to use cool water. You don't want to wash in hot water. Use cool or at least room temperature water. And then we are going to submerge her completely. Dunk her in the water. Now there are different theories on how you should wash wigs. Some people feel or say that you shouldn't soak a wig in water. You should just, you know, hold it in your hand and rinse it either under the faucet or with a pitcher of distilled water. I do like to fully submerge my wigs in a tub because I want to wash the cap too, because, you know, it's been on my head. I may have gotten sweaty, it's had hairspray, whatever, oils from your scalp and your bio hair, you know. So I like to make sure the cap and the lace get nice and washed, clean, and fresh too. And I feel like the only way to truly do that is to dunk the wig and submerge the whole thing and let it soak in the water for a little bit. You don't want to, like, you know, scrub it or swish it around too much or anything and get it tangled. Just, you know, make sure it's getting under the water and it's submerged and it's absorbing it. And then I usually give it just a few minutes. You don't have to soak it long. You don't want to soak it too long. So don't like walk away and go do other things and forget and leave it soaking for hours. That's not good for it. But just a few minutes is all it really takes to get the cap fresh and get the hair clean and stuff. Now, if you've got one that's got a lot of product buildup, a lot of hairspray, gel, mousse, gunk in it, silicone, you may have to either use more shampoo, soak it a little longer, or you can, use apple cider vinegar. You can even add baking soda to your shampoo water if you've got some serious buildup that you need to remove. So if you got a lot of hairspray, you're going to have to kind of strip the hair, which is drying to the hair. So after washing like that and doing a real clarifying treatment, you need to really moisturize the hair and use a good humectant conditioner, and leave the conditioner on for quite a while and let it absorb. And I'll show you that in the next video. I'm going to do this in little phases, because if I did it all in one video in real time, it would just be ridiculously long. So I'm going to let her soak and then stop the video, and then I will come back and show you how I rinse and condition next.